Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy KCM What Ifs. Today we are gonna be reading the Sharingan Devil, or what if Naruto had the Sharingan and was a captain of the ANBU. So sit back, relax and enjoy. It had been 3 weeks since the formation of Team 7. For the past 3 weeks life had changed for all the members of Team 7. They were all quite shocked when Naruto displayed his leadership capabilities and made them run through many different teamwork exercises. He also helped every member of his team in improving their personal skills. Naruto helped Anko in improving her taijutsu. When she started sparring with Naruto, he easily evaded her attacks with his Sharingan and gave her tough hits. Naruto realized that the Hibi-style taijutsu was ineffective against a Sharingan wielder. Hibi style depends on evading the enemy attacks quickly and counter-attacking with tremendous speed, but in a fight against someone with Sharingan, it was pointless. As a result, he had increased her training weights in order to increase her speed. With Kurenai, he helped her with her water affinity. She sure had a lot of talent with water. In a span of 3 weeks she had already learned 5 ninjutsu of this affinity. She was quite amazed that Naruto's control over water was on a totally different level. Sasuke and Naruto trained together. Naruto trained Sasuke in his Sharingan Genjutsu. He also helped him with the Uchiha Interceptor Fist and helped him learn a fire-style ninjutsu. Naruto helped Sakura in improving her stamina and taijutsu. Her chakra control was on par with Kurenai. As a result, she was able to learn Genjutsu. Naruto only knew some basic first-aid medical ninjutsu and he taught Sakura that. To his surprise, she was far more skilled and adept than Naruto in that art. Officially, she was now the medic of the team. Sakura also had a unique talent which no one in the team had, not even Naruto. She was skilled in archery. Sakura's father was a chunin and he had taught his daughter this art to help her and make her strong. Naruto found this ability to be extremely beneficial for the team. Anko and Kurenai had made Sasuke and Sakura accept that they will have to kill during missions. Anko was an interrogator and as such knew how the human mind works. She skillfully eased Sakura's hesitation. All in all, Team 7 was now ready to perform operations as a special combat unit. So we found Team 7 standing in front of the Hokage ready for their first mission. Team 7 reporting for duty, Hokage-sama, said Naruto sincerely. He was in his chunin vest and had a sword strapped on his back. His face was hidden by his face mask. I'm glad that your team is now operational. I have a mission which would require your specific skills, said Hiruzen seriously. What is the mission of Hokage-sama? Asked Naruto curiously. The rest of the members were silently listening to the conversation. It was a habit that only the team leader could speak for the team. I have been getting reports of several abduction cases in our towns and villages near the border of Water Country. Kiri is in a civil war right now, and as a result many of their shinobi have taken this opportunity and have gone rogue. Specifically 2 of these shinobi are behind these abductions, explained Hiruzen briefly. Do we have any identification on these culprits? Asked Naruto sternly. Yes, they are Taro Kisaragi and Sasami Kisaragi. They both are B-ranked missing nin of Kiri. From our reports they are running a gang of bandits, said Hiruzen. From what information we have, they seem to be related to each other. And what type of people are they abducting from our country? Asked Naruto curiously. Women and children, said Hiruzen angrily. The rest of the team flinched a little when they heard Hiruzen's harsh tone, but they could understand why he was so angry. So we have a crazy band of brother and sister, missing women and children. Less time to save them and a large number of bandits led by 2 B-ranked missing nin in our way, explained Naruto. The rest of the team looked at him as if he was crazy, saying all of this as if it was a joke, but what they didn't know was that he had already performed more dangerous missions than this. Yes, that sums it up. Our estimates say there are 80 bandits, but there can be more. You will not receive any reinforcements, you're on your own. Get the job done in 2 days, commanded Hiruzen. We will take care of the enemy and rescue the hostages, Hokage-sama, said Naruto confidently. He had faith in his team. Also, you will be joined by another shinobi for this mission, said Hiruzen, surprising Naruto. Can you tell us the reason for this, Hokage-sama? My team is more than capable of handling the enemy, argued Naruto curtly. Yes, that may be true, but the enemy camp is located in the mountains. That place is highly unstable and many times people have gotten lost. While you are a censor and as such you can find the way. But we don't have time. If we delay, the hostages will be out of our reach, explained Hiruzen briefly. Who is this new member? Asked Sakura curiously. She just couldn't resist knowing who this person was. Naruto just sighed. He knew sometimes he couldn't stop people from asking questions. He too was curious. It may be better if she introduces herself, said Hiruzen. The door to the office opened and to everyone's surprise and Naruto's disappointment it was Hinata. Naruto likes Hinata as a friend, but as a kunoichi he doubted her resolve. In this mission there was going to be a lot of bloodshed, and for a kind girl like Hinata it will be horrible. Even he and Enko had to drill in Sakura's head for 3 weeks to make her accept killing. Hello, said Hinata meekly. She blushed when she saw Naruto but gave harsh glare to Kurenai. Naruto and Kurenai raised an eyebrow on such actions. Naruto just shook his head and Kurenai understood his message. Hinata, have you been briefed about the mission? Asked Naruto seriously. Yes, Naruto-kun, said Hinata shyly. Welcome aboard, said Naruto with a small smile. The least he could do was make the girl comfortable, so he could handle her. I hope your mission is a success, said Hiruzen with a smile. All the shinobi bowed to the Hokage and the team then looked to Naruto. Alright, we will assemble at the north gate in 10 minutes, pack light. Hinata, since you are new to the team, I'll say this now, you will do what I say. When I tell you to jump, you ask how high. When I ask you to kill someone, you will do it without any hesitation or remorse. Am I clear? Asked Naruto loudly. Hinata flinched a little when she heard Naruto's harsh tone. She and the other rookies were quite surprised when they heard he was made Chunin, but everyone accepted it except Kiba, who was jealous. But the Naruto that was standing before her was completely different. Kill? Asked Hinata with a little fear. Kakashi had just not trained them enough and prepared them to kill, saying that it would be time before they went on such missions, but it looked like it would be early. It will be alright, we have your back, said Sakura softly. She was in the same boat as Hinata a few days back, but Enko was very harsh and made her accept to kill. Look Hinata, it may sound cold, but we work as a team. If you hesitate it may put the others in jeopardy. I am the leader of this team and as such all of your lives are my responsibility, said Naruto softly. His training in Root had indeed made him very strict when it came to missions. The punishments he had suffered for hesitating were far less tolerable. Hi, said Hinata a little confidently. All the others nodded and left the room with their shunshin. Hinata was quite surprised by this. She turned around and saw the Hokage having an amused smile on his face. Realizing she was getting late, she hurried to her home to get her gear. You are a good leader, Naruto, soft, gentle but also strict when it matters, thought Hiruzen proudly. Northern Gates. All the members of the newly formed Team 7 were standing at the gates in full battle gear. Alright, since everyone is ready, started Naruto, but then he saw Hinata was having a bag on her back. He frowned on seeing this. Doesn't she know a basic sealing technique? I guess Kakashi didn't consider her ready to teach it, thought Naruto. Hinata, why do you have a bag on your back? Asked Naruto seriously. It has my battle gear and supplies, said Hinata with a blush. Kurenai-chan, please help her out, said Naruto softly to Kurenai. Kurenai gave a warm smile in return. The rest of the team had a little smile on their face. They had told their team about their relationship. Sasuke and Sakura were a little surprised by this but were happy for Naruto. While Enko teased him about having a taste in older women. Hinata was furious by this. Why did Naruto think she needed that bitch's help? Alright Hinata, give me your bag, requested Kurenai. Naruto had told her that she had a crush on him, so she was trying to be gentle as the girl was new to the team. I'm fine Kurenai-san, said Hinata curtly. Hinata, that wasn't an offer, it was an order, said Kurenai firmly. She wouldn't tolerate insubordination in her team. Hinata roughly gave her the bag. Kurenai then took out a scroll from her pouch. Hinata was quite surprised when her bag was sealed in the scroll. "How did you do it?" asked a surprised Hinata. "Enough talk, we need to get moving," said Naruto sternly. They didn't have any time for idle chat. "What should be our formation, Naruto-kun?" asked Sakura curiously. "Hinata will be in the front and will scan the area for the enemy and the correct path to the enemy camp," instructed Naruto, and Hinata gave a nod. "Sasuke, you will be on the left flank and I will be on the right." "Our job is to protect Hinata," said Naruto, and Sasuke agreed. Hinata blushed a little when Naruto said he would protect her. "Sakura, you are the medic of the team. You shall be in the center, Anko will be in the back and will cover you and us," said Naruto, and both the females agreed. "Kurenai, you will be our trump card." "You know what to do," said Naruto with a smile. Kurenai came forward and gave him a soft kiss on his cheeks. Naruto blushed a little. "Bitch! Stay away from him, Naruto-kun," thought a furious Hinata who was clenching her hands tightly. "My Seigakure no Jutsu, hiding with camouflage technique." Kurenai quickly performed the hand signs and camouflaged herself. It was Naruto's plan. In any case they got ambushed, one member could surprise the enemy and attack them or fall back and get reinforcements. "Let's go," said Naruto firmly. "Right," said the team in unison. Team 7 had started moving towards the target in the formation which Naruto wanted. It had been a few minutes and there was no presence of any hostiles. Hinata was already scanning the area for the last few minutes, but there was something wrong. Naruto saw her eyes were getting strained and as such decided to find out. "Hinata, are you alright?" asked Naruto in a concerned voice. "Hi, I'm fine," said Hinata in a strained voice. She was trying to give a smile, but Naruto saw her smile was fake. Her eyes are straining. Running towards the target and maintaining her Byakugan at the same time is taxing. Her chakra level and stamina are very pitiful for a person with a Kekkai Genkai, thought Naruto with a frown. "Hinata deactivates your Byakugan, you don't have the stamina. Gather your strength back, and don't even think about opposing it. I am the team leader and I don't want any member of my team collapsing from chakra depletion before our fight with the enemy," commanded Naruto firmly. "I couldn't even live up to Naruto-kun's expectations. I'm a failure just like Tu-san had said," thought a sad Hinata. "Naruto, can you give us more information about the enemy?" asked Sasuke curiously. Taro was a Chunin and so was his sister Sasami. Both of them are skilled in water style and Taro is skilled in Kenjutsu. In the bingo book it was mentioned that Sasami was skilled in Genjutsu, explained Naruto briefly. "Then, that would make me the best choice to fight her," said a camouflaged Kurenai. "Yes, you will be the best opponent for her. Your Genjutsu skills are one of the finest in our village, I believe you can handle her," complimented Naruto with a smile. Kurenai blushed, but fortunately she was camouflaged. "We should increase our speed and reach the target quickly. It would be a good opportunity to attack them at night. Today will be a new moon, so it can work to our advantage," suggested Naruto. "That can also work against us," advised Anko. "Anko-san is correct, Naruto, only Hinata's Byakugan could see clearly in such darkness. You and Sasuke-kun could also manage. But it would be very difficult for the rest of us," said Sakura a little worriedly. "I have the proper gear, so you don't need to worry about that. Now let's speed up, we must reach the target in 5 hours, said Naruto, and the others nodded. Few hours later, the team had reached the outskirts of the mountains behind which the enemy camp was located. They had been traveling continuously for the past few hours. It was already evening and the team was a little tired. "We'll camp here, rest up for a few hours. I'll make clones to keep guard, we'll be moving at midnight," instructed Naruto. Everyone nodded a little tiredly. Sakura and Hinata instantly sat down as they were pretty much exhausted. Meanwhile, Anko and Kurenai were talking about something. Naruto formed 20 shadow clones and sent them in different directions to keep guard. Sasuke was sitting alone, he had a perplexed look on his face. Naruto got curious and went to find out what was troubling his brother. What's on your mind? Asked Naruto silently and sat beside Sasuke. Sasuke looked at Naruto for a while. Naruto was the only family he had left. He had always been there for him and understood him as a person, and they both had shared similar pain. Naruto was the person whom he trusted the most in the village. How strong am I? Asked Sasuke silently and looked at the sky. Honestly, you have come a long way. You are easily a Chunin level shinobi. The reason you have developed your skills so quickly is because you want to protect your friends. You may not admit it, but I know you do care a lot about Sakura and the team, explained Naruto briefly. Sasuke's eyes widened on hearing this. He thought he had hidden his feelings well. Sakura and Naruto were precious to him. He was even starting to accept Anko and Kurenai. You can see through my deception? Asked a shocked Sasuke. These eyes of mine see everything, Sasuke. I'm an Uchiha too, so I can understand you better, said Naruto deeply. You know, I always want to become like you, said Sasuke with a short smile. Naruto had a pained look in his eyes. He too cared about Sasuke. He was his family. Sasuke, I'll tell you this once. Don't follow my path. There is nothing but loneliness and pain. Become a man who would protect his friends and village, just like your parents would want you to become, said Naruto seriously. But you are everyone's hope. People look up to you, I look up to you. Why are you saying all this? Asked Sasuke a little loudly. A little fear had started to build in his mind, the memories of that night coming back with full force. I am following a path that you can't follow. Sasuke, I want you to promise me one thing, requested Naruto in a soft voice. What is it? Asked Sasuke doubtfully. He didn't know what was going on in Naruto's life. No matter what happens, Sasuke, protect the village and revive our clan. You are the hope of the Uchiha clan, and take care of our team, said Naruto sadly. Naruto, what's the problem? Asked Sasuke desperately. Naruto looked at Sasuke through painted eyes. What should he do? Should I tell him? By telling him would things change? I guess there is no point now, thought Naruto deeply. Sasuke was just about to ask the question again when Anko suddenly jumped in front of them. Naruto, I need to talk to you now, said Anko sternly. Naruto gave a nod and followed Anko, leaving behind a desperate Sasuke. Something is wrong, thought Sasuke worriedly. Naruto, while I'm sure about our team handling the enemy, I'm not sure about the Hyuga, said Anko doubtfully. Kurenai stepped beside Anko. They both were experienced jounin and as such knew Hinata wasn't ready for all the killing. She is too shy and kind. Maybe if we had more time we could have drilled it into her head like Sakura. Right now if she steps on the battlefield, she may not be ready and as a result it would put her life in danger. The enemy already has great numbers in comparison to us. We don't need any of our team members getting captured or killed in such a situation, explained Kurenai briefly. But if we don't allow her to fight, we lose our strength. Our information about the enemy may be wrong. There could be more than 80 bandits. But you're right, instead of using her in the offense we shall use her as a support, suggested Naruto. What do you have in mind? Asked Kurenai curiously. Anko, you are skilled in infiltration. After we collect information about the enemy I want you to rescue the hostages while the rest of us will distract the enemy. You will need help in protecting those hostages and finding your way in dark. Hinata can assist you in protecting the hostages and getting you out of there with the help of her Byakugan, said Naruto analytically. But that would leave you four to deal with the enemy force alone, said Anko seriously. She didn't want any of them to get hurt, all of them were precious to her, even Sasuke. Yes, that is why I want you to be as quick as possible. Our success will depend on how fast you will be able to provide us assistance, said Naruto firmly. I guess you are right, I'll leave the hostages with the Hyuga and will try my best to assist you quickly, said Anko softly. That's all I ask, said Naruto with a grateful smile. I'll go check on Sakura and Hinata. Make sure they are ready, suggested Anko. Naruto and Kurenai nodded and Anko went towards both the girls. You okay? Asked Kurenai softly and hugged Naruto from the back. Let's go somewhere else, said Naruto tiredly. he saw Hinata eyeing them strangely. Kurenai saw that too and they both sunshine away. Why can't Naruto-kun see that I love him, thought a dejected Hinata. Hinata, snapped Anko. What? Asked Hinata fearfully. Listen girl, this isn't a picnic, we are in enemy territory, we have a mission to complete. Frankly, you are not fit for the mission at all. The only thing you are useful is guiding the team. So listen to me carefully, you and I are going to rescue the hostages. If I find you hesitating or distracted, I'll kill you myself, said Anko furiously and leaked her ki, making Hinata cower with fear. Anko had enough with the girl's fangirl habits, lives were at stake here. Please calm down, Anko-san, I'm sure Hinata will do alright, said Sakura calmly. She was trying to calm down the tension, she knew Anko was short-tempered and had made it very clear to her. Sakura, make sure she understands, said Anko with a frown and walked away. Sakura looked at Hinata's fearful face and sighed. Guess it's going to be a long chat. Naruto and Kurenai were sitting in a field. Kurenai was resting on Naruto's shoulders, there was pitch-black darkness as there was no moon in the sky. Naruto was looking at the sky with his Sharingan ablaze, it was as if he was searching for something. You know, you look very handsome with your Sharingan, said Kurenai with a small blush. Your ruby eyes are more beautiful than my Sharingan, said Naruto with a smile. Kurenai then leaned a bit and kissed Naruto gently, Naruto happily kissed her back. Kurenai's lips were so soft and delicious that he just couldn't resist kissing her. Naruto then gently pushed Kurenai a little, making himself get on top of her. He kissed her cheeks, then her ears, he then slowly started kissing her neck. Kurenai was moaning loudly, Naruto's kisses were making her a lot more aroused and excited. She then gently started exploring her hands on Naruto's chest and unzipped his Chunin vest. Naruto smiled a little. He then decided to do something unexpected, he gently gave a soft bite on Kurenai's neck, earning a loud moan from her. It wasn't an animalistic bite, but was just a simple hickey. Ah, moaned Kurenai loudly as Naruto again gave her a hickey. Naruto then gently put his hands on Kurenai's breasts, he hesitated a little and looked at Kurenai asking for her approval to touch her. She gave a warm smile to him and he gently caressed her right breast. It feels so good, moaned Kurenai with pleasure. She really liked when Naruto was making love to her. Deciding to return the favor, she then gently took off his Chunin flak jacket and the black shirt beneath it. She started kissing his chest gently, sending jolts of pleasure through Naruto's entire body. She then gently started kissing his neck. Naruto was in a world of pleasure, he loved the feeling of Kurenai's soft lips kissing his neck, he was quite surprised when she gently gave him a hickey too. Kurenai's hands then slowly reached towards Naruto's pants, realizing where this was heading he then gently grasped her hand. What's wrong? Asked Kurenai confusedly. This isn't the time. We should get back with the team. I'm sorry I got carried away, said Naruto with a sheepish smile. You're right, we should get back. You shouldn't be sorry, it was I who started it, besides I enjoyed it a lot, said Kurenai with a naughty look in her eyes. I enjoyed it too, said Naruto with a warm smile. He then gently put on his black shirt, hiding his well-toned chest much to Kurenai's displeasure. He chuckled on seeing that look on her face. If they weren't on a mission he wouldn't have stopped, only he knew how much he had to restrain himself from just taking Kurenai right there. She was a true goddess, her beauty was unparalleled, it was as if every part of her body was just perfect. Should stop perverted ideas, thought Naruto firmly and shook his head. He then offered his hand to Kurenai and made her stand up. She got up and gently kissed his lips one last time before he put his face mask back on. They both started walking back towards the team. Kurenai had a few questions in mind and thought now was the time to ask them. Naruto, do you and Hinata have a past? Asked Kurenai doubtfully. As far as she knew, Naruto had not been in any kind of romantic relationship before. No, was Naruto's simple reply. Then why does she always glare when I'm close to you? I think she has more than a crush on you, suggested Kurenai. That's because she wants to be in the place you are in, said Naruto curtly. You haven't tried to convey it to her that you don't like her that way? Asked Kurenai curiously. It's different from Kurenai-chan. Hinata has always admired me since the academy. She would do whatever I say, would listen to anything I say. She admires me so much that her admiration has become something more. I am not blind to her feelings, but I just don't like her type of girls, explained Naruto briefly. He was being honest with Kurenai about Hinata. If there was any other man in your place, they would have bagged her long ago, said Kurenai analytically. If you look at it that way, suppose I would have ended up in a relationship with her, it wouldn't have any future. She is the heiress of the Hyuga clan. That clan preserves their Byakugan to death. They even sacrifice their own siblings for that. They wouldn't let any outsider marry one of their clan lest the clan heiress. They will preserve their Kekkei Genkai, so the chance of me and Hinata ending up as a married couple would be impossible, explained Naruto briefly. Kurenai was a little surprised by what Naruto had said. What he said made complete sense. Even if he did love Hinata, there was no way he could end up with her, as the Hyuga clan wouldn't allow that in order to save their Byakugan. The Uchiha clan did allow some people to enter their clan, but only those of noble blood. However, the Hyuga were such stuck-up pricks that they branded members of their family with seals and made them branch family members in order to protect the main branch. In the history of the clan, there was not a single incident when an outsider was allowed to marry someone from the clan. So Hinata's wish in real life would only be wishful thinking on her part. Her dream could never be a reality. Besides, I don't love Hinata, I love you. I do care about her, but only as a friend. I don't want to break her heart, so I am not telling her straight away that I don't like girls like her as my partner. Maybe one day she will realize this herself, said Naruto seriously. I understand, said Kurenai calmly. The couple just remained silent the rest of the way, instead enjoying the calm night. They both arrived at their camp and saw the entire team was ready in their battle gear. They had rested for quite some time. Naruto put his hand in his pouch and took out 5 ration bars. Anko and Kurenai got the message, while the younger members were curious. What's this, Naruto? Is that a ration bar? Asked Sakura curiously. Yes, it is. It will help you all to replenish the energy you have lost. It'll taste like shit though, said Naruto with a chuckle. He then tossed the 5 ration bars to his team. He and Kurenai had already taken them. He watched in amusement when Sasuke, Sakura and Hinata took their first bite. Sakura and Hinata instantly threw it up, while Sasuke's eyebrows were twitching. Someone sure didn't like it. Jokes Anko mischievously. Eat it up fast, we don't have much time, commanded Naruto. Hi, said the 3 irritatingly. Anko had already eaten her share. She and Kurenai were jounin and were used to this, but it was fun to see the look on the new Genin's faces. After a few moments the team was finally ready and were now standing in a circle waiting patiently for Naruto's orders. Alright, right now we have the information that there are supposedly a force of 80 bandits led by a 2 Chunin ranked missing ninja from Kiri. Both of them are brother and sister. Taro is skilled in water ninjutsu and kenjutsu, while Sasami is skilled in water ninjutsu and genjutsu. The number of hostages they have are currently uncertain. Is this much clear? Asked Naruto seriously. Hai, replied all of them in unison. Now before we attack the enemy, I want to reconfirm this information, so we are going to split up in pairs with the objective of collecting more information about the enemy, explained Naruto briefly. But Naruto-kun, we already have the information given by Hokage-sama, it must be efficient, argued Hinata. That may be true, but it is better to have no information at all rather than having wrong information. Trust me on this, requested Naruto. I trust you, said Hinata with a smile. Now Anko and Hinata, I want you two to scout out the enemy camps. Your primary objective is to locate the hostages and try to find out the exact number of hostages. Hinata, I want you to do your best. I am putting my faith in you, do whatever Anko says, instructed Naruto. I won't let you down, said Hinata a little confidently. I'm holding you to that, now Sasuke and Sakura, said Naruto and looked at the two genin. What do you need us to do? Asked Sasuke seriously. I want you two to find out about the enemy's frontline defense and a vantage point, said Naruto analytically. Vantage point? Asked Sakura confusedly. Yes, I have a plan in mind, and for that you need to find such a position. I and Kurenai will get all the information regarding all the enemy fortifications, said Naruto seriously. But for that you will have to infiltrate the camp, said Sasuke firmly. Not necessarily, said Naruto and performed a couple of hand signs. Those hand signs, thought Anko and Kurenai in shock as they recognized what jutsu Naruto was doing. Kuchiyos no jutsu. Black marking appeared in the ground and there was a puff of smoke. When the smoke disappeared, everyone was shocked by what they saw. There was a large black crow about the size of a medium tree standing in front of the team. Well, I guess that takes care of that problem, said Naruto a little sheepishly with a nervous chuckle. You have a summoning contract, said the entire team in shock. Even Hinata didn't stutter. Kind of, said Naruto nervously. Well, now is not the time for such questions, we'll talk about this later. Let's get moving, suggested Sasuke, but he gave a firm gaze to Naruto, saying he would like to have an explanation later. Sasuke and Naruto were best friends, so in a way Sasuke considered it his right to know things which were going on in Naruto's life to some extent. Naruto knew if he didn't want to say how he got the contract, then Sasuke wouldn't push it, but he would at least try to ask once, and Naruto was sure about that. Thanks Sasuke, thought a relieved Naruto. Sasuke and Sakura went their own way, while Hinata and Anko went to fulfill their objective, leaving Naruto and Kurenai alone. Naruto turned around and saw Kurenai looking at him a little expectantly. Well, would you like to tell me how you have a crow contract, Naruto? Asked Kurenai calmly. She had understood from her mistake, Naruto had some rights to hide some very personal information, and she had decided she would just not lash out at him like before. This contract was given to me on the condition that I wouldn't reveal from how, where or who gave me the contract. I had made a promise to that person, so I cannot tell you. I'm sorry, said Naruto apologetically. Danzo had warned him not to tell anyone how he got the contract, and he was doing just that because if he answered one question many would follow. You don't trust me? Asked Kurenai sadly. No, I do trust you with my life, but I cannot break my promise to that person. I never go back on my word. Have I ever asked you about that mission which almost sent you into depression a few years back? Said Naruto calmly. Kurenai remembered the mission with Yakumo. Naruto had never even asked once what she did. He understood her. He knew he could easily convince her to let her feelings out, but he didn't do that. He understood her and gave her some personal space. Guess I should return the favor, thought Kurenai warmly. It's alright, I understand, said Kurenai with a smile. Thank you, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto gratefully. Now let's finish this mission, said Kurenai seriously. Right, said Naruto. Both of them then hopped on the crow and took off in the air in order to complete their objective. 2 hours later. The entire team was assembled back at the camp. Everyone had completed their objectives and were eager to report what they had found. Alright, so did everyone accomplish their objectives? Asked Naruto firmly. Everyone nodded. Naruto then motioned for Anko to speak, as their first priority was the hostages. There are 10 hostages, 6 women and 4 kids. The women are in a very bad condition. You know what I mean, said Anko a little angrily. Hinata was still shocked after what she had seen in that camp. Those women were given the worst treatment ever and were raped. I see. Where are they located? Asked Naruto harshly. He would make those scum pay. To do such things to women were despicable for him. Eastern side of the camp, 3rd tent from the left. The kids are in the next tent. Also there are 70 bandits and not 80, our estimates were wrong, said Anko seriously. Good job Anko, Hinata complimented Naruto. There is a large 20-feet wall in front of the camp. It has been heavily fenced and electricity runs through the fence to prevent any form of escape from the prisoners. There are roughly 15 guards guarding the gate, explained Sasuke briefly. Also, we have found a vantage point on the north side, although it is a little high and it would be very difficult to see in such darkness, said Sakura doubtfully. Nice job, Sasuke, Sakura-chan. Don't worry, I have the gear we need, assured Naruto, and both the genin nodded. Now we have scouted the entire camp and different routes of escape. The results are not much good, said Kurenai seriously. What have you got? Asked Anko curiously. The entire camp is surrounded by high walls. Even if we manage to destroy the wall and try to rescue the hostages, we don't have many routes, said Naruto strategically. How so? Asked Sakura curiously. On the southern side there are dense forests where you could get easily lost with the hostages. We did aerial recon and the place is like a maze. So that route is impossible for rescue, explained Naruto. What about the western and the northern side? Asked Sasuke curiously. They aren't any good either. The main enemy force is on the northern side, so we cannot evacuate the hostages from that path. While the eastern side is too sloppy and the hostages are civilians, so we cannot take them from that route either, explained Kurenai briefly. So that leaves only the eastern side, said Anko as she understood the entire scenario. Yes, although it is the easiest way to escape, the enemy may have set traps, so you will have to be very careful, suggested Naruto. So what's the plan? Asked Kurenai curiously. Naruto then took out a scroll, and when he unsealed it the others were quite surprised and curious on what they saw. There were 5 sets of goggles and 6 sets of communication devices. Now every one of you takes these communication devices, it will keep us in contact. These goggles are a special type of goggles. They are able to read the thermal heat energy which is released from a person's body. This will help you to locate the enemy. Now Anko and Hinata will rescue the hostages, everyone else in that camp is hostile, explained Naruto in detail. Such gear must be very costly. Naruto. I haven't seen such goggles before, said Anko curiously. It's because they were recently developed by our village's research and development, R&D, branch. We are a special team, so the Hokage has given the first issue to us. Since Hinata has the Byakugan, her eyes are more than capable of seeing in such darkness. Am I right? Asked Naruto calmly. Hi, said Hinata in a low voice. Naruto then showed them how to operate the equipment. Everyone was quite amazed by their effectiveness and how easy they were to operate. Now how many exploding tags do we have? Asked Naruto curiously. 20, replied Sakura. It was her responsibility to check the team's supplies and she had made sure that they had enough battle gear. Alright, Sakura, you take 15 exploding tags while the rest of us will take 1 each, instructed Naruto seriously. What do you want us to do? Asked Sasuke seriously. This was his first mission and he won't let anyone down. He had worked very hard to make himself strong in order to protect his team. Sakura, you will take your position at that vantage point. Your primary objective is to cover Anko and Hinata through your archery while they rescue the hostages. You will also have to take out the sentries on the eastern side, and with the help of these exploding tags you will destroy the wall and cover their escape. Some of the hostages are injured, so after they have been rescued you will retreat and join the hostages and will heal the injured. After that you will protect the hostages with Hinata, explained Naruto in detail. Understood, but shouldn't I also cover you guys? Asked Sakura a little worriedly. Do it if you get the chance. But your main objective is the hostages' safety, said Naruto calmly. He knew she was anxious and as such was keeping her calm. No matter how much training they did, a first mission was always very important for genin. Right, said Sakura confidently. The enemy has strength in numbers, but we have something that they will never have. Stealth, explained Naruto. Everyone understood what Naruto was trying to say. Ninja don't go in with flashy jutsu most of the time. We are known for our stealth, said Naruto confidently. Hinata was hesitating a lot. She was scared of dying on this mission. She couldn't die before she lets him know her feelings and ends up with him. Naruto saw the look in Hinata's eyes and sighed. Hinata, don't hesitate. If you win, you live, if you lose you die, but if you don't fight you will never win, said Naruto harshly. Hinata just gave a small nod in return. We will turn their numbers against them, advised Kurenai sagely. Genjutsu, said Sakura on realizing what Kurenai meant. I guess we would be the ones who would face the enemy from the front, isn't it, Naruto? Asked Sasuke with a smirk. Right, but only stealth. The enemy must never know what hit them, replied Naruto curtly, and Sasuke nodded. Let's do this, said Anko with a mad grin on her face. The rest of the team got ready. Team 7 was ready to kick ass. In a small room sat 4 figures in a full circle. One thing which all of these people had in common was that they looked similar to each other, if one could say they looked like clones of each other. Their lavender eyes also made them look almost the same. Hayashi Hyuga was sitting in the middle. His face was stoic as usual. Right now he was sitting in a very important meeting with the elders of the Hyuga clan. Hayashi, has the plan been put into motion? Asked Hibachi seriously. The man looked like the older version of Hayashi. Yes, Tusan, it is done, said Hayashi impassively. The Hyuga clan have chosen their heiress Hayashi-sama. We want that weakling removed as the possible heir of the clan, said another elder angrily. Yes, Hinata brings shame to our clan, she is weak and pathetic. We would become the laughing stock of the entire village if she is made the clan heiress. The girl can't even beat her little sister in a spar. We want you to name Hanabi as the clan heiress and make Hinata a branch family member and give her the cursed seal, commanded Hibachi firmly. Yes, that is why I strongly requested the Hokage to let her go on a B-rank mission with Team 7. The Hyuga clan is the strongest clan of this village. I told the Hokage that we needed to see Hinata's skills in a mission to decide the future leader of our clan. Naturally, the Hokage agreed and accepted my request, explained Hayashi briefly. But what would happen if she dies on that mission? Asked another elder curiously. The Hokage has assured me that she wouldn't die. He has a lot of faith in that boy and his team, and if she dies on a mere B rank then she doesn't deserve to be a Hyuga, spat Hayashi distastefully. In truth he was disappointed with his elder daughter, he had so many hopes for her. The Hyuga clan followed tradition to the code and were always firm in their beliefs, yet Hayashi's own flesh and blood couldn't speak properly. She couldn't even beat her 9-year-old sister in a spar. She had a crush on the Jinchuriki, her skills were weak. Hayashi wondered how he ended up with a daughter like Hinata. But he was relieved when his younger daughter fulfilled all his expectations that Hinata couldn't. Hanabi was a genius, she was the star of Hayashi's eyes. She was strong, confident and firmly believed in Hayashi's and the Hyuga clan's ideals and traditions. Hayashi wished to make Hanabi the heir to his clan, but their tradition was getting in the way. The eldest child of the clan leader always ended up as the next leader while the younger ones would be made branch family members. It had happened to him and his brother. Thinking of his brother shot a wave of guilt in Hayashi's heart. He didn't want that to happen with Hanabi. She deserved much more than Hinata. As a result he had found a way. If the elder child proved to be incompetent to lead the clan, then in that case the younger sibling could lead the clan in his place. Hayashi had explained this situation to Hiruzen and the Hokage had agreed as he couldn't deny it as it was matters pertaining to the Hyuga clan. However, Hiruzen had made him take full responsibility for Hinata and the consequences of the mission on her and her life. Hayashi had readily signed the agreement. However, he did believe that Hinata would survive. He was disappointed in her, but that didn't mean he wished her dead. He was his father. He tried to act tough as he was a leader, but he still cared for his child. Hinata, please come back alive, prayed Hayashi. It was pitch black darkness, rain was pouring heavily from the sky, 6 figures had surrounded a bandit camp. Team 7 was patiently waiting for Naruto's signal to attack. Sakura was already positioned in the shooter position on the north side. She was wearing the goggles which Naruto had given her. She could clearly see the various bandits located in the camp. Her hands were firmly holding the tip of the arrow. She had made up her mind. Today was the day she was going to kill, and these people were just scum. When she had heard what those bandits did, all her hesitation faded away. Now she was ready to kill these bandits and was patiently waiting for Naruto's signal. On the eastern side, Anko and Hinata were hiding behind a rock. Anko was stoic. She had been on such missions before, so she was confident that she would get her job done. Get in, rescue the hostages and get out. Plain and simple. In the meanwhile, Hinata was the most nervous person in the entire team. She was supposed to take a person's life. She didn't know if she could do it. She feared she would fail, as she had with everything in her life. The only thing that was holding her together was Naruto's faith in her. Hidden in trees, Kurenai was anxiously waiting for orders to attack. She was immensely proud of Naruto. He was a true leader. The plan which he had made would end this mission in minutes. The enemy won't know what hit them. Even though their team had a weak link like Hinata, she was sure that Anko could handle her. The only thing that was on her mind was to get her job done. On the northern side, near the enemy gates, Naruto and Sasuke were hidden in the shadows. They both were a tag team. Naruto was observing every movement of the enemy. He had been trained to never underestimate the enemy, no matter how weak they seemed. He had analyzed every possible strategy he could make and was sure that his team would do their job. He would protect his team, no matter what. Meanwhile, Sasuke's heartbeat was rising with each passing second. This was where he would find out how strong he was. He had trained for years and he would make sure no harm came to his team. Naruto sensed Sasuke's tense behavior and put a hand on his shoulder. "I've got your back," reassured Naruto with a smile. "So do I," said Sasuke confidently this time. "Is everyone in position?" asked Naruto quietly. "Hi," was the unison reply of the team. "Let's roll," commanded Naruto seriously. The guards in the tower were having a very boring night. They couldn't even see in such darkness, plus their leader had forbidden them from having any more fun with the women. It was such a shame. "Hey Tsura, can you see anything?" asked one bandit who was standing in his tower. No response. "Hey, you fucking idiot, are you listening?" asked the bandit loudly. He then turned around and to his utmost shock he saw Tsura's body fall with a big arrow right between his eyes. Before he could finish the sentence he felt something cold pierce his head. He didn't realize it was a precise arrow. His body limply fell to the ground. "Sentries are neutralized," replied Sakura silently. She felt a little sick for having taken 2 lives. This was her first kill after all. But she knew she was doing the right thing and was prepared to do it once again. "Roger. Kurenai, move front," commanded Naruto. Kurenai nodded. She then quickly sunshine herself in the enemy camp. She was hidden due to her camouflage jutsu. Her objective was simple: kill the enemy and turn them against each other. She silently went towards the southwest direction. There was a tent there which contained all the weapons of the bandits. It was night time, so most of them were sleeping with only a few standing guard. It was a primary rule of warfare: if you want to destroy the enemy, destroy his weapons to fight. There were 2 guards who were guarding the tent. Kurenai silently positioned herself behind the guard on the left. The bandit didn't even know that he was just going to die in a few seconds. She slowly wrapped her hands around the man's neck. The man found something cold touching his neck. He tried to move his neck to look back to see what it was. But soon his entire neck was twisted in one swift motion with a sickening crack. The only expression that remained on the man's face were his wide eyes before his body simply fell lifeless to the ground. "What?" said the bandit on the right, but before he could act, his neck was pierced by a sharp arrow. Blood started to spill out from his neck. Kurenai acted quickly and threw the man's body in the tent. She then quickly hid the other bandit's body beside his partner. She was quite impressed with Sakura's aim. The girl was a precise shooter. She then laid her only explosive tag in the tent and started to move towards her next targets. Objective complete, whispered Kurenai lightly. Alright, let's storm the front, said Naruto. Naruto and Sasuke quickly stormed towards the front gate. They seemed like blurs which could not be seen by the bandits in such darkness. Naruto unsheathed his sword, his Sharingan was ablaze and he was clearly looking at the 10 bandits on the right side. He quickly threw his blade high in the air and performed a quick set of hand signs. Futon, Kazakiri no Jutsu, wind release, wind cutter technique. Several sharp blades of wind rushed towards the oblivious bandits and what appeared to be a moment sliced their heads off their necks. It wasn't just a simple slice, their heads were torn to pieces with every part on it crushed. The bandits didn't even know they were dead and passed into the afterlife. Naruto jumped high in the air and caught his sword in mid-air. He instantly flashed wind chakra through his sword and made a swipe at the nearby 3 bandits. They saw the sword etching closer and tried to parry the attack by raising up their own swords. Futile. Naruto's attack cut the bandits' swords to pieces, followed by the bandit's head. Nearby Sasuke quickly slashed the throat of a bandit. He then jumped in the air and cleaved the other bandit who was trying to run away in half. He felt strange. He had already killed 3 people. He was amazed when he saw Naruto kill 13 bandits in 5 seconds. He was so mesmerized by the precision with which Naruto was attacking that he left his back open to the enemy. Big mistake. Die, yelled a bandit from behind. His sword was quickly moving to chop Sasuke's head off in an instant. Sasuke tried to block the sword, his kunai was slowly moving to block the attack. But the enemy's sword was just an inch away from his neck. Sasuke felt his entire life flash before his eyes. His mother, father, his clan, everything was over now. Amaterasu. Sasuke heard this word and when he opened his eyes he saw the bandit's entire body engulfed in black flames. The man had an arrow in his head, courtesy of Sakura. He realized before the bandit made any noise she had silenced him. The man's entire body was melting in those flames, the skin was dissolving, leaving a bad foul. Sasuke immediately puked when he inhaled that foul stench. He was quite surprised when he was roughly grabbed by his shoulders. He looked up and saw Naruto looking at him seriously. Naruto's right eye was bleeding heavily, and he was panting a little. Sasuke, focus. We need to finish the enemy, said Naruto tiredly. Naruto had just used his Mangekyo Sharingan, the Amaterasu was his strongest fire ninjutsu. When he had seen Sasuke about to be killed he immediately used his power to protect him. The vision in his right eye blurred a little and he was in immense pain, but he had to go on. Hi, said Sasuke a little hesitantly. He was worried when he saw blood coming out of Naruto's eyes, he wanted to know what happened. Sakura, I want you to fire your arrows laced with exploding tags in 40 seconds. Till then we will deal with the enemy and Kurenai can put her plan in motion. Then you focus on the others, commanded Naruto strictly. Hi, are you alright? Asked Sakura worriedly. I'm fine. Let's go, said Naruto. Kurenai heard what had happened on her radio. At first she got a little worried but then she heard Naruto's orders. She was standing in a small tent where 7 bandits were sleeping heavily. She knew she barely had seconds. She immediately took out 7 sharp kunai from her pouch and in one precise strike launched them at the sleeping bandits, killing them instantly. She was thankful to Naruto for giving her a little training in Shuriken Jutsu. 10 seconds, whispered Sakura in order to warn Kurenai. Hi, said Kurenai quickly and made a ram hand sign. Boom! There was a loud explosion in the armory tent of the enemy camp. Kurenai quickly disappeared from her tent because now their plan was finally going into its last stage. The loud noise suddenly woke up Taro and Sasami. They both looked at each other and understood what was happening. We are being attacked, thought both of them and picked up their gear in order to fight and repel the enemy. Now, commanded Naruto loudly. Almost all of the bandits had woken up when they heard the loud explosion. Sasami and Taro were already outside in their Chunin vest. Both missing Nin were pissed when they saw their armory burning like hell. "Wha!" shouted Taro lightly, but he was stopped when Sasami tackled him away quite roughly. Boom boom boom. Taro was quite shocked and his tent along with several others were bombed and blown to bits. Many of the bandits were in the camp and were torn to shreds. Some who had survived had some of their limbs missing and were screaming in agony. "Ah! Help me! Save us!" All of these voices were coming from every direction in the camp. "Where the hell are those motherfuckers? I'll kill them," hissed Sasami angrily. She then angrily sped off to the south side of the camp. "Sasami, wait!" screamed Taro, but she was already gone. He too went off in another direction to gather his men and flee. Meanwhile, Anko just stabbed a bandit straight to his heart. The man's eyes widened in shock before they closed never to open again. His body fell limply to the ground. Hinata just stood behind Anko. She was shell-shocked on seeing such a murder. She was brought out of her daze when Anko slapped her with such force that sent her crashing on the ground. "Hyuga, where are the hostages, you little shit?" hissed Anko angrily. This was the girl who was supposed to watch her back. Anko never really had patience and she had even tried to explain it to Hinata in a civil manner, but now the girl was getting on her nerves. Hinata fearfully activated her Byakugan and pointed in the right direction. Anko had just turned her back in order to enter the tent when she heard a body fall to the ground. She looked back and saw it was a bandit with an arrow lodged in his neck. Hinata's entire body was covered in the man's blood. She was shivering, her entire body was covered in blood. "What is happening? Help me," thought Hinata fearfully. "Sakura, I want you to blow up the eastern wall in 1 minute. Please cover my back, this Hyuga is a pussy," said Anko seriously. "Hi Anko Taishu," said Sakura and took out the pair of bandits guarding the prisoner camp. "Good girl, now you follow me and help the women and children. I'll cover you, escape with them, Sakura will rendezvous with you. Protect the hostages with your life, if anything happens to them there will be one less Hyuga in Konoha," barked Anko angrily. "Hi," said Hinata meekly. She realized this was what shinobi were. They murdered, they killed, they stole. This was the truth which Irika had spoken about. Anko quickly entered the tent. She knew she had to hurry and the others needed her help. "Please don't kill us," begged a woman with tears in her eyes. Most of the women were badly beaten and had bruises on their body. 2 of them were unconscious and there was a pool of blood near them indicating they must have been recently raped. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Immediately one shadow clone popped up beside her and picked up the wounded females. "We are here to save you. Follow me if you want to live," commanded Anko. The women immediately got up and quickly followed Anko out of the tent. They looked around and saw fire everywhere. There were many bodies littered around. The smell in the air was sickening. In a far distance Anko saw Naruto and Sasuke quickly kill 10 shinobi in a matter of seconds. Their speed was frightening. The boys didn't look like teenagers but trained shinobi who had been killed. She heard the eastern wall being blown to pieces indicating Sakura had used her last explosive arrows. "Hinata, take the hostages and leave. I'll take care of the rest of these scum." Sakura rendezvous with her. "Hi," replied both girls. Hinata had already gathered some courage and rescued the kids. A bandit had tried to stop her but Sakura had killed him. She wondered how Sakura did that, how she was able to take a person's life. With her Byakugan active she clearly saw Naruto killing so many enemies. This was not her kind and gentle Naruto. This was a cold-blooded assassin. The same thing was being seen by Kurenai. She had already dealt with her target with the help of her genjutsu and the mission would be over in a few moments. She was unnerved a little when she saw Naruto cut through numerous bandits. It was as if he had no emotions. He had no guilt. He had no soul. She shuddered. she feared what Naruto was becoming. She knew he was strong, she knew he was wise, she knew he would kill, but this was just plain slaughter. Meanwhile Taro was quite frightened. Sure, he and Sasami had the B-rank missing Nin status in the bingo books, but that was just an exaggeration of their skills. They could handle a few bandits, but the enemy that were attacking them were skilled shinobi. They must be ANBU, thought a fearful Taro. Their army was almost finished. They couldn't even see what was happening in this pitch-black darkness, no matter how hard they strained their eyes. The sound of bodies dropping from everywhere was sickening. Taro knew there was no escape now. Sasami was missing, his men were killed like chickens, he knew running was futile, he had to fight. Beside him stood 6 bandits, this was what was left of their men. They didn't even know if the others had survived or not. "We are all gonna die," said a bandit on the left fearfully. "It's all because of you," yelled another bandit. "Shut up all of you. Do what I say, we must fight the enemy," said Taro angrily. To his surprise, one of his comrades attacked him. Taro defended himself, but soon all the remaining 5 bandits attacked him from all sides. He jumped high in the air and in one swift motion killed all the bandits. He hastily landed on the ground. "Sasami, where are ga?" screamed Taro in agony. He looked down and saw a kunai had pierced straight through his heart. The entire surroundings changed and the last thing he saw was a cold pair of Sharingan eyes. "It's over," said Naruto. His entire uniform was drenched in blood, there were drops of blood on his face which he washed away slowly. He turned around and saw Sasuke was standing still, he had his head bowed down. Sasuke had at least taken out 15 bandits. Naruto knew how Sasuke was feeling, the guilt of first kill, and Sakura had taken multiple lives today. Sakura had taken more lives than Sasuke. Naruto was a little worried about her. Kurenai slowly came in front of him. She was holding Sasami. The Chunin was no match for Kurenai, she had defeated her and captured her as per Naruto's orders. Females were easy to crack and Naruto knew that, and in front of a Sharingan wielder they cracked instantly. "Naruto, are you alright?" asked Kurenai worriedly. She then gently hugged Naruto. She didn't care that he stinked, she didn't care that he had killed so many. She loved him and what they did was for the sake of the mission. They were shinobi. "You alright, brat?" asked Anko softly to Sasuke and put a hand on his shoulders. Sasuke just gave a nod. He didn't feel sad for killing these men, but he was shocked to see he had killed so many in one night. "Sakura, Hinata, are you alright?" asked Naruto firmly through his communication device. No response. "Is anyone there?" asked Naruto a little worriedly. "Nothing. We need to check on them quickly," said Anko quickly. The entire team quickly went towards the blown-up eastern wall. On their path they saw that the entire camp had been destroyed with only dead bodies remaining in the area. Naruto used his sensor skills in order to see if they had left someone alive, but no one was alive. His mission was simple: annihilate the enemy and save the hostages. No enemy was to be left alive. He wanted to get some information from Sasami, that's why he had ordered Kurenai to capture her. After that she would be executed. Anko had told him about Hinata's performance. To say that he was disappointed would be an understatement. He still remembered his talk with Hinata's father. Flashback. Naruto was standing at the northern gates ready for the first mission with his team. He was relaxed. A typical B-rank mission that bordered near high C rank was no difficult task. It would still be a few minutes before his team arrived. He was en route ANBU captain and as such was trained to be on time. He was interrupted from his thoughts when a man came towards him. It was none other than Hayashi Hyuga. Hinata had sometimes mentioned about her father when they were in the academy. The strict posture and from the way he walked Naruto knew it was Hayashi. Danzo had also made him remember various information about different political clan heads, just in case. Naruto-san greeted Hayashi formally with a nod. "Hyuga-sama, what can I do for you?" asked Naruto respectfully. The Hyuga clan and I want to make a formal request to you, said Hayashi calmly. I'm listening. We want you to observe Hinata and her performance during the mission and report it to us, said Hayashi stoically. It can be arranged. You will get the full report only from the Hokage, said Naruto seriously. Hayashi was a little surprised. He had thought that the boy would ask questions, but it appeared as if he knew why all of this was happening. I thought you would like to know the reason behind this request, asked Hayashi curiously. It's quite simple. You want to choose your younger daughter as the heir to your clan, but your tradition is getting in the way. So if you can prove Hinata is not capable of leading your clan, then she can be made a branch family member. Hinata lacks the confidence and strength, and what you are doing is for your clan, explained Naruto briefly. You seem to know a lot more about our clan, commented Hayashi a little warily. You are forgetting that Hinata is my friend. I know how she feels. I don't know what happened between both of you, and neither it is my business to know. I will give an honest report about her skills in my report. I will not sell her out just to please your clan. She is now a member of my team and I will not do her any injustice, said Naruto firmly. He was quite surprised when a small smile came on the Hyuga clan leader's face. I may not have been a good father to her, but I still care about her. Please keep her safe, requested Hayashi humbly. I'll try. In the end we all are shinobi and death is our profession, said Naruto stoically. You are an interesting person, Naruto-san, said Hayashi silently. That I am. Flashback end. After hearing from Enko about Hinata's actions, Naruto was sure of what he had to do. But still, for old time's sake, he was going to give the girl one last chance. If she fails, then he would suggest her removal from the shinobi corps. Naruto, what were those flames back there? Asked Sasuke curiously. Flames? Asked Kurenai surprisingly. It was one of my fire-style ninjutsu attacks, explained Naruto shortly. Well, he had at least told Sasuke half of the truth. Then why was your right eye bleeding? Asked Sasuke sharply. Naruto, said Enko a little worriedly. That was the blood of a bandit which I had to hastily kill. Next time be careful, Sasuke, and don't leave your back open to an enemy, reprimanded Naruto sternly. Hi, said Sasuke with a small nod. Naruto's right eye was burning like hell. His vision had gotten a little blurry since he used the Amaterasu. If I don't do something about this, I'll go blind in a few months, thought Naruto seriously. That was a nice strategy, brat. You confused the enemy so much. They even turned against their own leader. The speed of our attack didn't allow the enemy to counter. Hell, they couldn't even see in such darkness. Kurenai's genjutsu and Sakura's attacks were lethal, said Enko proudly. Yes, we did defeat the enemy. We are shinobi. Instead of going in a full-scale battle, I tend to finish the enemy in a second. Kurenai took down Sasami in a few moments. I killed Taro without letting him know who I was, or why I was attacking him. A true shinobi always stays in the shadows and protects the village, said Naruto firmly. You know, you just sounded like Danzo, said an amused Kurama. TCH, said Naruto irritatingly. What are you going to do about Hinata? Asked Kurenai curiously. I need to do one last thing before I decide what to do with her. Sasuke, deactivate your Sharingan. We're almost there, said Naruto seriously. Both the boys then deactivated their Sharingan. Naruto didn't want Hinata to know about his Sharingan just yet. When they arrived at the clearing, they saw the hostages were safe. Women were taking care of children and were trying to keep them calm. Sakura was off in the corner trying to heal a woman, while Hinata was trembling in fear in the shade of a tree. Brat, what are you going to do? Asked Kurama curiously. Naruto just had enough of Hinata's weakness. She called herself a shinobi. He quickly went towards her and roughly grabbed her by the neck and slammed her against the bark of the tree. Naruto, snapped Kurenai angrily. She went to stop him, but one look in his eyes made her stop in her spot. Stay out of this, said Naruto harshly. Naruto-kun, said Hinata with ragged breath. She couldn't breathe properly. Hinata, I trusted you, I put my faith in you, and yet you failed me. If not for Sakura and Anko you would have been dead, said Naruto angrily. I'm sorry, said Hinata with tears in her eyes. Sorry doesn't cut it, you put the hostage's life in danger, you put Anko's life in danger, you risked the safety of the entire mission. What the hell is your problem? The world isn't made of roses, you live in your own dream world, Hinata. Why do you even want to become a shinobi if you cannot even defend yourself? Asked Naruto angrily. I wanted to become like you. I wanted to become strong. I wanted to be acknowledged, said a sobbing Hinata. Her voice was getting more choked as she spoke. Naruto, what are you doing? Asked Kurenai angrily. She knew Hinata had failed, but Naruto was going very harshly, she had never seen him so angry. You say you wanted to be acknowledged. But you will never be acknowledged, said Naruto impassively. What? Asked a shocked Hinata. Hinata, I know how you admired me, how you looked up to me, how you wanted to prove yourself. But yet you did nothing, you just watched me get strong. You never trained, you never tried, you cried like a baby for being weak. You know why your clan and even your own father are disappointed in you. It's because you are pathetic, not because you are weak but because you have no respect for yourself, said Naruto bitterly and dropped Hinata on the ground. Hinata was already crying, as her dream was crushed. The person from whom she wanted to get acknowledged the most considered her a failure. Before anything further could happen, Kurenai stepped forward. Naruto, stop this now, hissed Kurenai angrily and grabbed him by his shoulders. I did what was right, said Naruto without any remorse in his voice. He looked Kurenai straight in the eyes, she saw how he looked at her, this was not her kind and gentle Naruto, this was a ruthless killer. I know Hinata failed, but you are being rude, said Kurenai softly. She rubbed his cheeks affectionately. Naruto just remained silent and was looking at Kurenai with a soft gaze. Meanwhile everyone else was watching them. Sakura and Sasuke were also quite surprised with Naruto's behavior, the only one who thought Naruto was right was Anko. Hinata was seething with anger now, how dare that bitch, she was taking her Naruto. She is corrupting him. My Naruto-kun would never do such a thing to me. I will rescue you from this bitch Naruto-kun, thought a fuming Hinata who was clenching her hands so tightly that her knuckles had gone white. Alright, I'll give her one last chance, said Naruto tiredly. What do you have in mind? Asked Sakura curiously. She was a little sad that Hinata was treated this way, but Naruto was the team leader and what he did was right. Hinata did jeopardize the mission. Hinata, you want to prove that you are a shinobi, right? Asked Naruto seriously. Hi, said Hinata a little confidently. Then kill Sasami, said Naruto harshly and pointed towards the prisoner whom Anko was holding. What? Asked a shocked Hinata. You heard me. Kill her after Anko interrogates her. Kurenai, I'm giving her a chance to prove herself, the enemy won't be merciful to her or her team. She must learn to be a true shinobi, explained Naruto, hoping Kurenai would understand. I understand, agreed Kurenai. I'll see if she has some valuable information, said Anko and went behind a few trees with Sasami in order to interrogate her. Sasuke. Sakura-chan, you did well. How are you feeling? Asked Naruto softly. I'm fine, Naruto-kun, but am I a bad person? I took so many lives today, asked Sakura sadly. No, you are a savior, dear, you saved us from those tyrants, they planned to sell us to slaves. If not for you and your shinobi friends we would not be so safe. Thank you, said one elderly woman and gave a soft pat on Sakura's shoulders. We will drop you safely in the hands of the nearest local police. From there you can return to your families, said Naruto with a smile. Thank you, said a small boy. He came forward and hugged Naruto's leg tightly. It's alright, you'll be fine. Grow up and become strong, said Naruto and ruffled the little boy's brown hair. That's my Naruto, thought Kurenai with a warm smile. The women had tears in their eyes, they were finally saved. This had been a nightmare, but now they could return home to their families. Sasuke, I need to talk to you. Alone, said Naruto, and Sasuke nodded. Both the boys went away from the others and were now standing on top of a big tree. Kurenai and Sakura were healing the injuries of the woman. What's the matter? Asked Sasuke curiously. Is there any document or evidence which can explain more about the visual powers of the Sharingan? Asked Naruto seriously. His eyes were suffering damage and he had to find a way quickly. Why do you want to know? Asked Sasuke suspiciously. He was just getting a bad feeling about this. I want to know about the various powers of the Sharingan, said Naruto honestly. But your Sharingan is already powerful and developed, argued Sasuke. Are you going to help me or not? Asked Naruto sadly. Sasuke was thinking about whether to tell Naruto about the tablet or not. Damn, you really are a good actor, muttered Kurama. Shut up, Kurama. I'm trying my best here, my eyes have suffered damage, I need to do something, said Naruto firmly. I know, you don't have much time. You need the power of your Sharingan to do your mission, stated Kurama simply. I know, said Naruto silently. Alright, in the main hall of the Nakano Shrine is the Uchiha clan's secret gathering place, said Sasuke seriously. Naruto was an Uchiha and he couldn't deny him his right, besides he was his best friend and Sasuke trusted him. How do you know about this, if it's a secret place? Asked Naruto curiously. He told me, said Sasuke bitterly, that's all Naruto needed to know and he understood immediately. Under the 7th tatami mat, there is a room beneath which contains a tablet. It explains all about the Sharingan, explained Sasuke briefly. I guess only those who have the Sharingan can read it, suggested Naruto. Precisely, I have been able to decipher some parts of the tablet but the rest I'm still trying, said Sasuke seriously. In truth he knew something about the Mangekyo Sharingan. Itachi had told him how to get those eyes but he wouldn't do what Itachi wanted him to do. I see, thank you, said Naruto gratefully. Sasuke nodded and both the boys went towards the others. Sakura was resting while Kurenai was standing guard near the hostages. Anko was holding a bruised Sasami who barely looked alive while Hinata was sulking in a corner. What have you got? Asked Naruto. Nothing much, they were the real culprit behind these abductions and they planned to sell the hostages as slaves to various slavers, explained Anko. I see, Hinata, barked Naruto loudly. She flinched a little and hesitantly came towards Naruto and the prisoner. The rest of the team were silently watching the entire ordeal, wondering whether Hinata would be able to do this or not. Naruto took out a kunai from his pouch and put it in front of Hinata. Kill her, stated Naruto simply. Hinata shakily picked up the kunai, she knew it was a direct order and she had to obey it. She looked at Sasami, the woman was heavily bleeding and had bruises all over her body. Anko had badly tortured her. Hinata, kill her or I will kill you, said Naruto and pointed his sword at Hinata's neck. Naruto dash, said Sakura worriedly and tried to intervene but was stopped as Anko stepped between. Let the Hyuga do this, said Anko sternly. Fortunately Kurenai and Sasuke had already taken the civilians and kids somewhere else as Naruto didn't want the innocent children to see this. Now, said Naruto firmly and pressed the sword at Hinata's neck. What should I do? I cannot do this, thought Hinata fearfully. Her heart started beating faster, there was a throbbing pain in her head, her hands were shaking, her legs were trembling. How could she take the life of another human being? She did one thing which she had done for so many years. She fainted. TCH, Sakura, get her out of my sight. Anko finishes her, would you? Asked Naruto irritatingly. He had made up his mind, Hinata Hyuga was not fit to be a shinobi. Sakura picked up Hinata's unconscious body while Anko beheaded Sasami and burnt her body. Naruto sighed tiredly. It has been a long day. Team 7 was standing in front of the Hokage. Naruto was standing in front with Kurenai and Anko on his sides. Sasuke and Sakura were behind them with Hinata standing last. Mission complete, Hokage-sama, said Naruto curtly. On the other side of the room stood Hayashi, Kakashi and Hiruzen Sarutobi. Any civilian casualties? Asked Hiruzen sternly. None, they have been transferred to the nearest local police. They will take care of the paperwork and send them to their homes safely. A report has been given to me to hand it over to you, said Naruto and handed the file to Hiruzen. Very well, enemies? Asked Hiruzen seriously. Killed till the last man. The heads of Taro and Sasami are in this scroll. Enemy camp has been totally destroyed, confirmed Naruto and handed over the scroll containing the dead bodies of the missing Nin. He sure has grown, thought Kakashi proudly. Kakashi then looked at Enko, who was looking at him a little warmly. He gave her a small wink that didn't go unnoticed by Naruto. Kakashi and Enko had gotten together a few days back and were now deciding on marriage. Naruto was very happy for both of them. Excellent work, you performed the mission faster than I expected. Now give me a brief report on the team's performance, stated Hiruzen simply. Enko and Kurenai performed as expected, they got the job done. Sasuke was a little hesitant at first, but he controlled his emotions and got the job done too. My performance was satisfactory. Sakura gave the best performance in this mission. She not only protected us but also destroyed the enemy. We owe our success to her, said Naruto with a short smile. Sakura, you have done very well. Konoha is blessed to have such skilled shinobi like you in our forces. Your contribution is definitely going to be taken into consideration for your promotion to Chunin, announced Hiruzen happily. It's nothing, Hokage-sama, all of us did our part, said Sakura a little embarrassingly. Getting praise from the Hokage was a really big thing. Naruto-san, how was Hinata's performance? Asked Hayashi seriously. Hinata, who was standing in the back, flinched a little when she heard her father's voice. She feared what would happen now. Pathetic, said Naruto harshly. What? Asked a shocked Kakashi. Hinata was his new student. She was a little shy, but to call her pathetic was a little harsh. Care to explain, Naruto-san? Asked Hayashi a little angrily. No one insulted a Hyuga in his presence, less his daughter. She was tasked with helping Enko in rescuing the hostages, but she failed. She couldn't kill the enemy. She left her comrade open to attacks. She was trembling in front of the enemy. If not for Sakura and Enko, I would be handing over her corpse to you, Hayashi-sama, said Naruto truthfully. Hinata, said Hayashi loudly. Hinata came forward. She was shaking from head to toe. Her father was always angry when someone brought shame to the Hyuga clan, and she had done just that, and worst of all, she was the clan heiress. Now Hayashi calms down. Naruto, it happens sometimes in the field, said Hiruzen calmly. I understand, that's why I gave her a second chance too, said Naruto tiredly. You did? Asked a surprised Kakashi. Yes, after capturing Sasami, we interrogated her. Then I asked Hinata to kill her as she was the enemy, and the village protocol clearly states to kill the enemy. My aim was to make her accept the truth of being a shinobi, explained Naruto briefly. Did she obey your order? Asked Hayashi hopefully. She fainted, said Naruto bitterly. Hinata brought her head down in shame. How could she look at her father? She had failed everyone. She had failed Naruto-kun. Hayashi was looking murderously at his daughter. She was a disgrace to the entire clan. He could accept her not killing the enemy but fainting by Hyuga? I apologize for my daughter's disgraceful actions, Hokage-sama, Naruto-san, said Hayashi bitterly. Hinata just kept her head down in shame. Kakashi Nizan, I know you are a good teacher, you taught me and Sasuke, but in my opinion Hinata is not fit to be a shinobi, said Naruto frankly. Hinata's heart shattered in a million pieces. She couldn't believe what Naruto was saying. How could you do this to me, Naruto-kun? Thought a depressed Hinata. I know Hinata has some issues, but she can be a good shinobi. With time I can train her and make her ready, suggested Kakashi. Naruto, while Hinata's performance was poor, I think I might have a solution to her problem, said Hiruzen kindly. What is it, Hokage-sama? Asked Kakashi curiously. Let her be transferred to the hospital in order to become a medic. Some people are just not made for the front lines. I believe Hinata is not ready yet. So Hinata, you are now removed from Team 8 and will join the medical corps, ordered Hiruzen. But Hokage-sama said Kakashi in protest, but was cut off when Hiruzen signaled him to keep silent. I know what I'm doing, said Hiruzen sternly. Hi, said Kakashi sadly. Hokage-sama, if our presence is not required, I request you to grant us permission to leave. Hinata has to answer to the elders for her disgraceful performance, said Hayashi curtly. You may go, said Hiruzen quickly. Hayashi immediately left the office. He gave a stern gaze to Hinata to follow him. As Hinata was leaving, she gave one last glance to Naruto, who just gave her a short goodbye. Now Team 7, you have done a good job. You are relieved for 2 days, get some rest. The payment for the mission as well as the bounty of the 2 missing nin will be transferred to your bank account, said Hiruzen with a smile. Thank you, Hokage-sama, said Naruto with a bow. Naruto, I need to talk to you, the rest of you can go. It'll just take a moment, said Hiruzen seriously. Alright, do any of you guys want to go for lunch, my treat, offered Naruto happily. I've got some personal work to do, said Anko with a light blush. Naruto and Kurenai gave her a knowing smile, while Sasuke and Sakura just shrugged. Well, see you later. Hope you enjoy your time, said Naruto with a smirk. Shut it, brat, said Anko embarrassingly and gave Naruto a bop on the head. No need to get wild, you know, said Naruto with a pout. HN, said Anko and sunshine away. Kakashi bowed to the Hokage and left in a swirl of leaves. I've got to help my parents at the shop. Sorry, said Sakura apologetically. I want to do some training, said Sasuke simply. Alright, next time perhaps, shrugged Naruto. Sure, we'll have a good time too, said Sakura with a wink and sunshine. Naruto was a little surprised and so was Kurenai. Sasuke just gave him an amused smile before he sunshined away too, leaving Naruto, Kurenai and Hiruzen in the office. Well, that just leaves us for the lunch, I suppose, said Kurenai with a wide smile. Now I can finally spend some time with you, thought Kurenai happily. I'll meet you outside, said Naruto with a warm smile. Kurenai gave him a smile and went out of the office. Hiruzen gave Naruto a knowing smile, which was then replaced by a very serious look on his face. He made a signal and Naruto felt ANBU leave the office. Hiruzen then activated the silencing seals and motioned for Naruto to sit in front of him. Naruto, are you doing the right thing by doing this to Kurenai? Asked Hiruzen seriously. Naruto sighed. In truth, he had not just expressed his love for Kurenai because he wanted to, instead it was his plan. I know what you mean, said Naruto sadly. How long is it before that day? Asked Hiruzen sadly. 20, said Naruto stoically. She would be broken when you do this. What in the world made you do this to her? Asked Hiruzen a little angrily. You are family, Gigi, but there are some things in my life which I have a right to decide. I will do my mission for the village, but the rest is none of your concern. I have a right to choose my own path and I have chosen mine, said Naruto harshly. The preparations have been made. I want you to meet our ANBU commander, said Hiruzen stoically. If Naruto didn't want him to interfere, then he wouldn't. He then raised his hand. Immediately a figure came out of the wooden floor. It was as if he had merged with it. Naruto was surprised. He hadn't sensed this man's presence in the room. Then again, that was to be expected from the chief of ANBU Black Ops. The man was wearing a gray trench coat. His face was covered by a wolf mask. Naruto Uchiha, said the man respectfully. Hiruzen had briefed the ANBU commander about Naruto's truth and his skills. Naturally the commander was surprised, but he had agreed with the plan. It's an honor to meet you, Taicho, said Naruto with a deep bow. Naruto then sensed something in the man that made him widen his eyes. Your chakra, it is eerily similar to the, said Naruto in shock. The Shodai Hokage, explained Hiruzen. Judging from the way he merged himself in the wooden floor, he must have some talent like Shodai-sama. You are certainly not a Senju, as members of that clan had a unique chakra signature. Your cells resemble Shodai-sama, explained Naruto briefly. Astonishing, you are the first person besides the Hokage to recognize my chakra, said the ANBU commander in shock. I want to know how you know this, Naruto, asked Hiruzen curiously. Every clan of Konoha has a unique chakra signature and those with a special Kekkai Genkai. I know this because Danzo trained me in this, explained Naruto briefly. And because he too has the same chakra signature, thought Naruto darkly. Indeed, said Kurama sternly. Now I see why you chose him, Hokage-sama. He is indeed talented, complimented the ANBU commander. How are you going to explain my actions to the village? You will need a good plan, advised Naruto seriously. That we have, but before Naruto Uchiha, it is my greatest honor to have a shinobi like you in our forces. Your sacrifice will save the village, said the ANBU commander firmly. I see. What's the plan? Asked Naruto seriously. Hiruzen and the ANBU commander then explained the entire plan to Naruto. He was quite surprised with the plan they had come up with. I guess this is it. Meanwhile, Kurenai was patiently waiting outside. She was very curious about what was going on in the room. If it was not the Hokage and anyone else, she would have tried to listen to what was going on. After what seemed like 30 minutes, the door to the office opened. Naruto stepped out of the door, his face was sad, his eyes were as if they were dead. What happened? Thought Kurenai worriedly. But as soon as he saw her, his sad face was replaced by a wide smile. But something told Kurenai that the smile was fake. Are you alright? Asked Kurenai worriedly. I'm fine, just the old geezer and his boring talks. Don't worry, said Naruto with a smile. If you say so, said Kurenai hesitantly. Well then, would you like to go to Hibi? It's a very good restaurant, suggested Naruto happily. That is also one of the most expensive restaurants of Konoha, chided Kurenai playfully. What, you don't think I can pay for us? I'm hurt, said Naruto with a fake pout. I didn't mean that, I mean why waste so much money, said Kurenai warmly. If it means I can make you happy, money doesn't matter. Come on, I know you like the food, said Naruto firmly. Sigh, I guess I can't win an argument against you, said Kurenai with a smile. She really was happy that Naruto cared so much about her. Nope, I'm the best after all, said Naruto proudly and punched high in the air. I beg to differ, said Kurenai with a smirk. Naruto's face palmed on hearing that. Kurenai couldn't stop her laughter on seeing that. She looks beautiful, I wish I could always see her smile, thought Naruto warmly. I'm hurt, Kurenai-chan, said Naruto with mock anger and roughly sat on the ground. Kurenai looked at him softly. He's such a baby sometimes, but I love it, thought Kurenai with a blush. Kurenai slowly bent down and wrapped her arms around his neck. It was very fortunate that they were in a secluded corner of the Hokage tower. She then gently started laying soft kisses on his neck. Ah, said Naruto blissfully, as he felt very aroused when he felt her soft lips kissing his neck and her warm hands running through his soft blonde hair. Is that good enough for an apology, Naruto-kun? Said Kurenai sultrily. You just know which buttons to press, don't you? Asked Naruto with a smirk. I try my best, said Kurenai coyly. Well, let's get going, said Naruto and got up. He then offered his hand to Kurenai and they both took the sunshine away. Hibi Restaurant. Naruto and Kurenai were sitting in a secluded corner of the restaurant. Both seemed very happy as their first mission as a team was a success. Here's to more successful missions, toasted Kurenai. Naruto gave a short smile and drank his sake. Kurenai also slowly drank her sake. She was really happy. So how are you feeling? Asked Kurenai softly and put her hand on Naruto's hand gently. What do you mean? Asked Naruto in confusion. You know, with all the killing, I was really worried when I saw you doing that, Naruto, said Kurenai worriedly. I understand, I didn't enjoy that, but I am shinobi and it was my job to do that. Besides, those men were scum, said Naruto a little angrily. I know how you feel, I'm not trying to start an argument here, said Kurenai defensively. Naruto nodded. He knew she didn't mean anything but was just worried. Both of them started eating their food until something came up in Naruto's mind. "Hey, Kurenai, can I ask you something?" asked Naruto hesitantly. "Yeah," said Kurenai nonchalantly. She was a little busy eating her food. "What was the mission you did a few years ago?" "You know, that one," said Naruto silently. He really wanted to know for all these years, what was that made her so sad? Kurenai's breath stopped for a second. She looked at Naruto for a second. He seemed genuinely concerned about her. She knew he only wanted to ease her pain. "Why do you want to know?" asked Kurenai sadly. "Was your mission similar to mine?" thought Naruto sadly. "It's just I'm worried about you. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to." "I love you with all my heart, and no matter what happens I'll be there for you," said Naruto affectionately and caressed her soft cheeks. "Even if you are the one who will kill me," thought Naruto with a sad chuckle. A small tear escaped from Kurenai's eyes. The pain was still within her. The little girl's fearful eyes, the look of betrayal on Yakumo's face, the hatred and sadness which she saw in her eyes. "I'm so sorry," said Kurenai to herself, and a few more tears slipped from her eyes as she remembered her student. Naruto got up from his seat and went and sat beside her. He gently hugged her. He couldn't see her tears. He wanted to be there for her, even if their love would be short-lived, even if she would hate him with all her heart, he would be there for her and always love her. She hugged him more tightly and started sobbing more loudly. Fortunately, Naruto had placed privacy seals around their corner and paid the waiter a good sum to leave them alone until called. Kurenai's grief was overtaking her. It had been 4 long years. How she had lived with such pain only she knew. If Naruto hadn't come into her life, she didn't know if she could have lived with such guilt. "It's all right," said Naruto and rubbed Kurenai's back soothingly. "Her eyes," said Kurenai sadly. She still couldn't stop crying, those innocent eyes. "I'm such a baka for asking you this." "I'm so sorry," said Naruto remorsefully. He felt like stabbing himself straight to the heart right now. "It's okay, it's not your fault," said Kurenai calmly. Her sobbing had stopped, but there were still a few tears in her eyes. "Let's just talk about something else," suggested Naruto softly. "No. Will you please hear me out?" pleaded Kurenai. She just wanted to share her pain with somebody, and who better than the man she loved? "If you want," said Naruto with a smile. He leaned a little and pressed his forehead against her. She gently removed his face mask and kissed him lightly. She just wanted comfort. Naruto slightly opened his eyes and saw how passionately she was kissing him. She had her eyes closed, but he could see a few tears slipping from them. She just looked so delicate, gentle, thought Naruto warmly. He then gently wiped away the tears from her angelic face, and kissed her more lovingly. She moaned in his mouth when he gently caressed her tongue with his own. They both kissed each other for a few minutes. Kurenai was feeling a little more happy. The pain in her heart was reducing with each passing moment. Naruto was trying his best to make her feel wanted, to make her feel loved even after what she did. She broke the kiss after a few moments and kept her face down in shame. "Would he still love me after he knows what I did?" thought Kurenai sadly. "Feeling better?" asked Naruto gently. "Naruto, I want to tell you the truth," said Kurenai hesitantly. "Truth?" asked Naruto in confusion. "I destroyed a young girl's life," said Kurenai sadly. Naruto was shocked to hear this. Kurenai was not a person who would do such a thing. Something was missing. "What do you mean?" asked Naruto gently. "Before I tell you this, I know you would never love me after hearing this, but I will always love you," said Kurenai with a sad smile. Naruto gently lifted her chin, so he could see her straight in the eyes. Kurenai saw his fierce blue eyes and the love which they had in them for her. "Nothing you say could ever stop me from loving you," said Naruto with determination. A warm smile came on Kurenai's face when she heard how fiercely he loved her, but she didn't want to get her hopes high. After hearing the ugly truth, she wasn't sure that he'd ever want to have a relationship with a person like her. A few years ago I was given the task of training Yakumo Kurama, said Kurenai hesitantly. The heiress of the Kurama clan? Asked Naruto curiously. Yes, she was my student, said Kurenai, surprising Naruto. Really? Asked Naruto in a surprised tone. Training a clan heir was supposed to be a great honor for a jounin, only the best were chosen for the task. She was a prodigy, Naruto. Her skills and talent in genjutsu were far more powerful than mine. She could use her imagination and do almost anything, said Kurenai a little proudly. That's amazing, Kurenai, to have such talent in genjutsu, said Naruto in shock. But said Kurenai in a choked voice. Naruto understood something bad must have happened, so he gently wrapped his arm around her and let her lay her head on his shoulders. I guess things went downhill, said Naruto solemnly. Yes, she had a problem. She had a violent inner personality. It acted as a fail-safe mechanism whenever Yakumo was scared or sad. Its main purpose was to fulfill every wish of Yakumo, and it went to very bad depths to make it happen. It even went as far as to kill her parents, said Kurenai sadly. That's horrible. Did Yakumo knew about this? Asked Naruto gently. No, she was a very scared child. The Kurama clan's reputation had decreased since the past few years, as they were unable to provide talented shinobi like before. Yakumo was born with exceptional powers and she felt as if the entire clan's existence, her parents' wishes, all of them depended on her. Her body did not allow her to become a ninja, but still she thrived to become one, explained Kurenai briefly. She must have been a good person. She really wanted to prove herself, said Naruto with a short smile, as he remembered how he wanted to prove himself to Kakashi in the past, but she couldn't control her powers. She was not fit to be a shinobi. I advised her to give up on her dream of becoming a shinobi, said Kurenai sadly. You did the right thing. If she was not fit, then by trying hard she must be hurting herself and her family, said Naruto thoughtfully. That's what I wanted her to understand. But she thought that I didn't believe in her abilities and her inner personality started getting more violent. Many accidents even happened in the Kurama clan because of her unstable powers, explained Kurenai briefly. The Hokage must have taken some actions after such losses, said Naruto firmly. He did. He asked me to seal away her powers, and thus finally destroying her dream to be a ninja. It was my mission to stop her from the madness and I did that. The way she was hurt, the way she looked at me. Naruto, I cannot forgive myself, said Kurenai grievously. Naruto didn't know how to react. Kurenai had done a perfect job. She had done what a true shinobi would have done for his village. But he wasn't an idiot either. He knew he just couldn't say something like this straight to her face. You did the right thing. If she was allowed to stay that way, she would have hurted herself and many others. Sometimes for the future of many a few people must be sacrificed, said Naruto sadly. Naruto. It's alright, I know how you feel. I lost someone too, said Naruto, shocking Kurenai. Who was that person? Asked Kurenai silently. He was my best friend, said Naruto sadly. What? Asked a shocked Kurenai. Naruto just gave her a sad glance. He died protecting me from the villagers a few years ago. For my sake he sacrificed himself, said Naruto sadly, and a lone tear escaped from his eye. He could never forgive himself for Shin's death. Only if he had just stabbed himself, Shin would have been alive. He could have had a future, a life. Shin died to save a scum like him. I don't deserve this, Nizan, thought Naruto miserably. He was quite surprised when Kurenai hugged him tightly. She was trying to comfort him. She couldn't believe what she had heard, the pain of losing one's best friend. She didn't want to even think about how she would feel if Anko died. What was his name? Asked Kurenai softly while still rubbing his back lovingly. Shin. He didn't have a last name? Asked Kurenai curiously. We both were orphans, so. Muttered Naruto. I understand, just stay with me like this, said Kurenai warmly and hugged him more tightly. Naruto just hugged her more tightly than ever. He needed this, he needed someone, he needed Kurenai. This moment, he didn't want it to end. He wished to stay like this with her forever. he wanted to cherish this moment as long as possible. He knew what he was doing was wrong. He was hurting Kurenai by doing this. But he just couldn't live like this. He knew he would save the village by stopping the coup, but the blood of so many of his friends would always be on his hands. The pain Kakashi, Anko, Tsunade, Emiko, Sasuke, Sakura, all the rookies, Hiruzen and most of all Kurenai would feel because of his actions would be unbearable. The sins he had done in the past, present and future were hounding his soul. He wanted to atone for his sins, to atone for all the mistakes he did, to pay for all the innocent lives he took in the name of Konoha, all the lies and treachery which he had done for the village, the sin of murdering Shin. The greatest evil was breaking Kurenai's heart. And he had found a way to pay for all of this. He wanted her to kill him. He wanted her to get him out of his misery, his guilt, his pain. He wanted to die by her hands, the person he loved the most in the world. All the Uchihas are fucked up in the head, thought Kurama frustratingly. He didn't want to say anything as nothing could change his container's mind. I need you, Kurenai, said Naruto desperately. He was hugging her so tightly that it was starting to hurt her, but she didn't mind. She knew he needed her right now and she would stand by his side. I'm right here, everything will be fine, said Kurenai soothingly. Get a grip, you idiot, yelled Kurama irritatingly. Do you always have to ruin the moment, said Naruto tiredly to his longtime friend and partner. You're a mess, you're supposed to comfort her, moron, not cry like a little shit in front of her. What kind of shinobi are you? Asked Kurama frustratingly. Naruto just sighed. He knew he had to control his emotions now. He was an ANBU captain for Christ's sake and he was crying like a little boy. What kind of shinobi am I if I cannot even control my emotions? Crying like a baby in front of you, said Naruto with a chuckle. It's not a crime to cry, Naruto, we are shinobi but we are human too, explained Kurenai and broke the hug. Yeah, I guess you are right. Just remember this, Kurenai, it was not your fault. You did what was best for Yakumo and the village. You shouldn't feel guilty, said Naruto with a warm smile. Says the person who blames himself for his friend's death for the past 4 years, said Kurama bemusedly. Shut the fuck up for now. I'm having a moment here, said Naruto angrily. Alright, no need to get your panties wet, said Kurama and laughed loudly. Naruto just cut off the connection and looked at Kurenai. You don't blame? Asked Kurenai hopefully. No. Do you still love me? Asked Kurenai more expectantly. I love you, no matter what you did in the past, present or what you may do in the future. My feelings for you will never change, said Naruto happily. Thank you for understanding me and staying by my side for all this time, Naruto, said Kurenai happily and kissed him lovingly. Well, now that these sad feelings are out of the way, do you think our first mission went well? Asked Naruto professionally. He was trying to change the topic. It went very well, Naruto, you are a good leader. You included every member of the team and motivated them, praised Kurenai. But I couldn't motivate Hinata enough, I failed her as a leader, said Naruto disappointedly. He was angry at Hinata but he was also a little angry at himself. It was not your fault, she has some personal problems which she has to deal with. In time she will get over it just like Sakura did, explained Kurenai. You're right, but you were truly amazing. Sasami didn't even know what hit her. I'm proud to have had a teacher like you, Kurenai, complimented Naruto with a wide smile. Kurenai blushed when she heard that. She really liked it when Naruto praised her. You were also very good at taking down Taro. I'm impressed, said Kurenai with a wink. Hehe, I learned from the best, said Naruto happily. Naruto, I want to thank you, said Kurenai softly. For what? Asked Naruto curiously. For everything, said Kurenai lovingly. You don't need to thank me. You have given me everything that I ever wanted. A scum like me doesn't deserve you, said Naruto sadly. Slap. Naruto was quite shocked when Kurenai gave him a hard slap on his right cheek. His eyes widened briefly, but when he saw the tears in her eyes he became even more ashamed of himself. She grabbed his collar roughly and brought her face just an inch apart from his own. Why? Why do you always consider yourself as scum? How many times have I told you not to talk like that, said Kurenai sadly with tears in her eyes. Said Naruto hesitantly. No, you listen to me Naruto because I am not going to repeat this. You are a good man, a good friend, a fine shinobi, a good comrade, a good leader, a good brother and most of all a good lover, said Kurenai with a true smile on her angelic face. Do you really believe that? Asked Naruto in a shaky voice, how he wished those words were true. Yes, I love you with all my heart and please just don't say those words anymore, pleaded Kurenai. Hi, said Naruto submissively. Good, but don't think you won't be punished for this, said Kurenai with a smirk. What do you want me to do Kurenai-sama? Teased Naruto with a small smile. Carry me home. Huh? Asked Naruto in confusion. On your back, finished Kurenai victoriously. What? You are fucking heavy, yelled Naruto defensively and pointed an accusing finger at her. He just loved making her angry. The expression on her face was priceless. What did you say, Naruto? Yelled Kurenai and raised her fist to bonk him. I'm so dead. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and until next time. Later.